Your life is a matinee in a galaxy far, far away. Your debut, it's a sold-out show. Yeah, it's a blockbuster movie. You play the lead role. And right out of the opening scene, the whole crowd's on the edge of their seats. Your worst critics are sitting up front, and they're giving you two thumbs way, way up. You'll be in a league of your own. You'll be stealing their hearts, taking Oscars home. So go get them and give it some passion. Quiet on the set, lights, camera, action. With all your heart and soul, dream big, and you can feel the magic. Let the camera roll. Whoa, your charm is automatic. Make your cameo. Be yourself, and don't be so dramatic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Plot twist, it's a trilogy. 'Cause your life is a thriller we're dying to see. Your debut, it's a sold-out show. Yeah, it's an epic adventure, and you play the hero. And right out of the opening scenes, the whole crowd's on the edge of their seats. Your worst critics are sitting up front, and they're giving you two thumbs way, way up. You'll be in a league of your own. You'll be stealing their hearts, taking Oscars home. So go get them and give it some passion. Quiet on the set, lights, camera, action. With all your heart and soul, dream big, and you can feel the magic. Let the camera roll. Whoa, your charm is automatic. Make your cameo. Be yourself, and don't be so dramatic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Get a top hat and a rabbit. Work the crowd and make your magic. Turn the lights down low. Your dreams will come true. May the force be with you. Knock 'em dead. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. 'Cause your life is a movie. Follow your dreams, 'cause your life is a movie. Go get 'em and give it your all. Follow your dreams, 'cause life is cinematic.
All my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it. Let me hear you say. All my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello students, welcome to the fifth meeting of America-Europe Conference and Exchange Program 2021. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dara and I will be your master of ceremony for today's agenda. As we know, today we will have the meeting with two speakers, not only one, about why and how to study in America and Europe. So we will have two great speakers that are experienced in this field, who are Miss Mahayu Firsti Ramadhani, who is a Germany and Netherlands student and researcher, and also Mr. Abrori Agus Cahaya Pramana, a University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, USA, PhD student and researcher. But before we start and go to the main agenda, I would like to mention the program overview. So America-Europe Conference and Exchange Program is a virtual exchange and conference program initiated by Studek Academy under Studek International Education Group in collaboration with Center for Strategic Entrepreneurial Leaderships or CSEL Universitas Indonesia that aims to connect students and youth with international universities through online classes, coaching, and sharing sessions. In this program, we invite the university's representative and lecturers or professors from Malaysia, United States of America, and Europe to give the classes based on their specialist majors and orientation about their campuses. Furthermore, we also provide the session of student or alumni sharing session about study in those mentioned countries, about their study experience and scholarship. So we hope that you guys can gain new knowledge, new experience, new inspiring moments, new inspiring quotes, new motivation, and obviously new network to pursue the higher education and also be the best version of yourself. But before we really start to the main agenda, I would like to invite all of you to turn on your camera and also your mic because we're gonna yell our tagline together. So you guys still remember with the previous MCs? When I say, who are you? You will say, I'm a leader, you're a leader, we are leaders. Okay, can we do that, everyone?
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
Okay,
Yes.
please turn on your camera and also your mic because I would want to hear your spirit for tonight so that we can ensure that everyone is really excited for today's session because who didn't want to study in America and Europe, right? All right, let's start. Who are you?
I'm a
leader.
Leader,
You are leader,
are
we are
leader.
leader.
I'm
You're
leader.
leaders. Okay, thank you so much,
Leader.
everyone. Okay, if it's possible, it would be best if you still can keep your camera on because we can see each other and don't feel alone in our room just to hear the session, but we will see each other's happy faces and excited faces and yeah, obviously get to know each other better. Okay, so okay, I will get back to you. So there's a technical problem with our first speaker. Okay, let me check a bit. Please be patient. And oh, I can see some people DMing me saying that they're sorry, cannot turn on my camera. It's okay if you cannot turn on your camera. It's really okay. But if you can, please do so. But don't turn on your mic because everything would be so crowded. Okay, so apparently we still have to wait for our first speaker, Miss Mahayu, because she has technical issues, sadly. So now I'm just gonna ask any random people from all of you about your experience during the 4 sessions before this. So I just joined you now today in this 5th session, but I would like to know, how did you guys feel before? And can I get a volunteer to answer? Maybe you will get a special prize from Studek. I don't know. I cannot promise. Okay. Who wants to share with me? If no one wants to share, maybe I would want to pick randomly. I see some nervous faces here. No need to be nervous. I would just want to ask. Okay, Miss Leucadia da Silva. Do I pronounce your name right?
Yes,
How should I say your name?
Leocadia.
Leocadia. Where are you from, Miss?
I'm from Timor-Leste.
Ah, hi, nice to meet you. Okay,
Nice to
would you mind to share with us a bit about maybe the important insights that you get from the 4 sessions before?
Yes, of course. So it's feel like interesting and enjoyable. The important for me, the special thing is like when we can meet other people from another country. Um, but sometimes it feel like stressful because the internet connection, maybe sometimes we didn't leave the Zoom meeting, but it's like take me out, just take me out. Yeah, but it's so interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that's the downsides of the whole online event issues. Okay, thank you, Miss Leocadia. All right.
You're
Who do I ask now? Okay, because Miss Leocadia mentioned to us about knowing each other, get to know each other. Can I know if you guys have made friends? Okay, now I'm gonna pick some of you again to just tell me the names of the friends that you already know from this event. Okay, maybe start from Mr. Chandra Mayangkara. Tell me about your friends that you meet in this event. Who are they?
Actually, I'm a very appreciate this activities because I'm a very interesting with this program, and I very happy because I can meet many friends in these activities. From the another country. There is from Brunei, from Malaysia, and I have met how many country I have two friends just from Brunei, other countries I meet in our group in video performance and project idea. There is Berliana and who is that again? Actually, that many from Indonesian. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia, Makassar.
Oh, Makassar. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chanda. Okay, who's this Miss Berliana? Miss Berliana is from Brunei.
Hi, hello.
Hello. Are you from Brunei?
Yeah, I am from Brunei.
Okay. Now it's your turn. Please tell me about the friends, the names of your friends who you met from this event, from the previous 4 sessions.
So I know a few there. I mean, again, it's because we engage with each other from the video performance task, and I remember Mega and also I was with Chandra and also Diana. Diana is from Korea and she's been staying in Indonesia for 4 years now. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Where are you staying? Are you in Brunei?
Yeah, I'm currently staying in Brunei. Yep.
Have you ever been to Indonesia?
I did several times. I went to mostly Surabaya and also Bali. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't come to Jakarta?
I come to Jakarta not for vacations but for studying. Yeah.
Oh, where are you studying? Oh, sorry, I'm asking too much questions, but this is just interesting, you know.
Nice. Okay. I'm studying in Mercu Buana University, West Jakarta. Yeah.
All right. Well, nice to meet you, Miss Beriana. Sorry for seeming like interrogating you. I'm
No
actually
worries.
curious.
Thank you, Miss Dara.
Okay. So, Miss Diana, who is this Miss Diana? Is Miss Diana here? No? Okay. So sad. Maybe she knows that I will interrogate her too, and she doesn't want to show up. Okay, so I just got the news that, oh, Are you, Miss Diana?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, you're from Korea?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
different Diana.
you only have
Oh,
same name, sorry.
the two Dianas. And this Miss Diana, where are you from?
I'm coming from Indonesia.
Okay, same with me. Okay, nice to meet you, Miss Diana. And I just got news that our speaker already joined the Zoom meeting. But before we begin, I would just want to say that it's already so interesting, because in this past 2 minutes, I already know someone from Brunei, someone from Timor-Leste, and I heard that someone is from Korea. So this online event is actually bringing us together, and I hope that you guys can really enjoy it, and please try to make friends even if it's online. But online friends can also be your best friends and even lifetime friends. Okay, guys, so are you guys ready for the session? Please turn on your camera and say ready so I can know. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
Yes, we are
All
Ready.
right.
Yes, we are.
All right, so now we already have our first speaker with us. She is Miss Mahayu Firsti Ramadhani. She's a student and researcher in Germany and Netherlands. So without further ado, please welcome Miss Mahayu.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, maybe I can just start my presentation tonight. Can I share the screen?
Yes, you can. Do you have the options to do so?
I don't think so.
Okay. Committee operator, please help Miss Mahayu. Wait. Now, how about now, Miss?
Wait, I'll try it again. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this webinar. Today, I would like to share a little bit about my experience during my study and research in Europe, especially in the Netherlands and in Germany. First, please introduce myself. My name is Mahayu Firsti Ramadhani, but you can call me Mahayu. And I graduated from Bachelor in Nutrition and Health, Universitas Gadjah Mada in 2015. And then during my bachelor study, I also got experience for doing research, for doing exchange in Czech Republic in a Masaryk University. There I study more about nutrition in sport. So it's more about how to build a strong muscle for the athlete and how to keep the dietary record for the athlete, something like that. And after that, I applied for a master degree in the Netherlands. So I took the Master of Nutrition and Health with specialization in molecular nutrition and toxicology in the Wageningen University and Research. And then I got a LPDP scholarship for doing my master. And then during my master degree, I also got experience to do research internship at the Center of Food and Health, Technical University of Munich in Germany. And yeah, today I would like to focus on pursuing a master degree in the Netherlands. Maybe if you are still in high school, you can also take some lessons from it. Maybe there are also some experience or some requirement that are also matched with a bachelor degree requirement. But now I'm focusing on master degree. So yeah, in general, why study in Europe? Why I want to study in Europe? Because I thought studying in Europe would shape my career, because there are a lot of options for my interest, because I really want to study more about molecular nutrition. So there are actually 3 places where I can study in Europe. First, in Technical University of Munich, and then in Zurich, and then the last one is in the Netherlands. So yeah, I apply for studying for master degree in the Netherlands.
Sorry, sorry, miss, we cannot hear you.
Yes.
Okay, now we can.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay, I will continue. So maybe I can just uh, continue. So why I want to study in Europe? Because I thought that my interests and my career are matched in the university that are available in Europe. For example, there I can find some option for my interests. So in Technical University of Munich, in in ETH Zurich, and then in Wageningen University and Research. So because I really want to study more about molecular nutrition science, which are mostly in Europe. So yeah, in Europe, it can also support my careers. And then it has also world-class education. So there are a lot of universities in Europe that have high ranking in, for example, in QS or in the Times Higher Education. So it's very easy to find a world-class education with very interesting curriculum, with professional professors, for example. So it's very interesting if you want to be either academia or want to work in the industry. And also the language, you can learn English as well as learn other languages in Europe, because in Europe there are so many different languages. For example, in Germany you can learn German. In Spanish, for example, you can learn in Spain you can learn Spanish. For example, in France you can also learn French. So yeah, because of this diversity, you can be multilingual. So it's very interesting place to study. Yeah, and then support and friendship. In Europe, it's not that difficult to find friend, and you can already feel at home when you arrive there, because people are very supportive. The lecturer, the friends, they are not like they are very they are willing to help you every time when you need. Also the academic staff, they also very helpful when you really need them. So it's not that difficult to be friend with a lot of people there. And then the culture experience, of course, because every country in Europe, it has a different culture, it has different foods, and place to go, and every place are just different. So you will have a lot of experience about culture. So studying in Europe is not only pursuing academic knowledge and skill, but also you have this cultural sensitivity because of the diversity of culture throughout Europe. And then scholarship and cost. There are a lot of scholarship available for studying in Europe. And then compared to studying in USA, for example, studying in Europe is relatively more cheaper than studying in other countries. And for example, in Germany, a lot of students, they pay themselves for the study, so they do not get scholarship, but they are still able to study there because they can also work, and the tuition fee is not so high, so they can, yeah, it's very cheap. And also the living cost is actually also cheap. For example, if you live in Jakarta and you study in Jakarta, then I think studying in Europe is not that much different. Maybe the most distinguished thing from Indonesia, for example, in big cities like Jakarta and Europe, is maybe about the rent. Rent cost is pretty expensive. But if you're a student, you will have a lot of privilege. You will get a lot of discounts, for example. And then diversity. Yes, you will find a lot of subject, like whatever you want to study, you can find it. And then, for example, if you want to take subject which are outside your major, for example, I study molecular nutrition. And then if I, for example, want to study about environment, or I want to study about agriculture, I can also join some other classes. Yes. Yeah, so there is no limitation for the curriculum, which yeah, there's no limitation what subject do you want to study, as long as it can improve your skill, improve your knowledge, and maybe also help to improve your career. Yeah, you can freely choose whatever subject do you want to study. And then pioneering research. Yeah, in Europe they have very excellent research facilities. So whatever subject do you want to study, do you want to research, they have a lot of very supportive facilities, very excellent. And of course, competent professors, they will be ready to help you for your research. And that's why in Europe, there are a lot of Nobel Prize winner, because the research in Europe is supported with a lot of funding and yeah, very competent professors, something like that. So yeah, in conclusion, studying in Europe is really helpful for your future career. And next, yes, the first thing first that you need to have a look, that you really need to keep update to the information. So if you want to study in the Netherlands, for example, you need to know the deadline of scholarship submission, for example, the deadline of university application. Yeah, so you need to keep update about the information, because the information is always changing all the time, like year by year, it's always changing. Especially about the scholarship in Indonesia, for example, if you want to apply LPDP, it's always changing. So you really need to keep update about the information. So English is a must, of course, because this is like standard language that you can use across Europe. So for example, in the Netherlands, minimum you need to have 6.5 points for overall score for your IELTS. But it really depends on your university or your destination country. There's also university that do not require English. They only require, for example, their local language, for example, German or Spanish or Italian or French, for example. You really need to know, to understand which level of language they require. But at least you need to have English, because, for example, if you want to get a scholarship, then you really need to have this English certificate. Read, and read, because there are a lot of people who usually ask me about how to apply to this university, how to apply for the scholarship, blah, 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 but they don't actually read the website first. Because in the website, actually, you can find all the information you need to apply the scholarship, as well as to apply in the university. So you really need to pay the attention in the website. So everything is there. You just need to read. Like maybe you can just read for 5 to 10 times to understand everything, not to miss any requirements. So you really need to be reading a lot. And then if you have all the documents, just get ready to apply. And these are the scholarship that you can use to study in Europe. Of course, in Indonesia, we have LPDP. This is scholarship from the government. So of course, you really need to go back after your study for 2 years, or maybe for the PhD, you need to study for 4 or 5 years. And LPDP also have some stage of application of selection for the administration, and then there is also interview test, and there is also like written tests, and maybe also discussion, leaderless discussion or something like that. Yeah, and yeah, you really need to update their information about the deadline. Maybe they open the application for once in a year, or maybe twice in a year. We don't know, so you really need to keep update about their information. And then Erasmus scholarship is very famous scholarship to study in Europe. I also got experience to study in Europe with Erasmus for my bachelor exchange. So I got like 10 months staying in Czech Republic for free, and I can study there, study in Masaryk University in Brno. So it also has, beside bachelor exchange, it has also a master exchange scholarship, or maybe also full degree master and also PhD. Erasmus also has a lot of program for university staff if they also want to exchange their experience and knowledge to a European institution, like to European university. They can also apply Erasmus scholarship. If you are maybe a researcher, you can also apply Erasmus scholarship for only for research, not only for studying. And I think Erasmus is pretty unique because, for example, if you want to study for master degree for 2 years, you can actually choose 2 until maybe 9, or I don't know, maybe 9. Yeah, I know there's one person who got 9 degrees from 9 universities in Europe because of this scholarship, because of Erasmus, because you need to choose 2 or 3 maybe universities, depends on the curriculum. For example, you want to study about environmental science, so in the first semester you can study in Germany, and then the next semester you can study in Netherlands, and then maybe in the next semester or for your thesis you can move to Norway or to Spain. Yeah, it really depends. And there are a lot of subject of study that you can also choose from Erasmus. But for Erasmus, you cannot choose all universities in Europe. You need to choose those universities who are in their consortium, yeah, in their scope. So yeah, maybe for the further information, you can just click Erasmus Mundus scholarship or Erasmus Plus scholarship. And then, for example, in Europe, each country, it has their own scholarship program. For example, in Germany, they have TAAD, and then in the Netherlands, they have Nuffic Neso or Tulip Orange Scholarship, something like that. So you can apply to the scholarship, but of course, the stipendium or the scholarship is usually lower than LPDP or Erasmus, but it's fine. It's already enough for your entire year of your study in Europe, because as I said before, studying in Europe is not so expensive actually, especially if you have a scholarship. It's very sufficient for your entire years of study. Yeah, and then in Indonesia, there is also one portal. If you want to get information about study in Europe, you can open the ehf.id. Usually they have like a scholarship and higher education exhibition. Like they have a roadshow in some big cities in Indonesia, but because of the pandemic, they cannot do the offline exhibition. So they still have the website. So you can also open the ehf.id. It has a lot of information about the available scholarship as well as the university that are available in Europe. And then Yeah, in general, the required documents for applying to the university are the certified copy of higher education entrance qualification or ijazah. It also need your, for example, if you want to apply for master degree, you need also ijazah S1 or bachelor degree certificate. And then you need the overview of your subject and grades, so transcript, and then your curriculum vitae. If you want to study in Europe, they have special format, a special template for your curriculum vitae. It's called Europass. So usually if you want to apply for university in Europe, you need to make your CV according to the Europass format. And then of course you need the motivation letter and the recommendation letter, passport, photocopy of your passport usually, and then of course the certified copies of your language certificate, whether it is IELTS, or if you want to study in Germany, you need, for example, a Goethe certificate. And then if you want to study in French, you really need to have French language certificate. And this is like small tips for application success. So you really need to watch the deadline. So you really need to remember when is the deadline, and then make sure that your documents are ready, and do not submit your documents near to the closing deadline, especially LPDP, because there are a lot of people apply. So you need to apply like maybe 1 month before the closing deadline. And the recommendation letter from supervisor. So make sure that you get your recommendation letter from the people that you have been working with before. Like for example, dosen pembimbing skripsi, your professor that you really work with him or her before, so he can tell a lot about you. So it's not just random professor, for example, someone that you, even though he or she has a high position in university, doesn't mean that you can ask him or her recommendation letter, but it's better if you know him personally and he knows you personally, so he can write a good recommendation letter. And then encouraging essays or motivation letter, you don't need to make it very long. I usually make it like 4 paragraph or 5 at least. At the most, sorry, 5 paragraph at most, because they will not read everything. They will just notice some important things or some interesting or attractive things from music. So maybe it's very good if you write it short, concise, but it really tells who you are, what you do, and what have you achieved, for example. And then you need to proofread your essay, and maybe ask your friend to proofread your essay, because the more you read, the more you can understand whether you know whether the person who read will understand what you mean, whether is it encouraging or is it attractive or it's just a boring motivation letter. So you really need to proofread again and again. And then interesting CV doesn't mean that you design the CV nicely. It's not like that, but it's more about the content of the CV. So you, for example, if you want to do master degree, you need to plan it from the beginning of your bachelor. So then you can do some activities that can support your CV. For example, you can join some organization, you can do some internship to make your CV nice and interesting, and to prove that you are skillful and you are someone that the scholarship giver wants to give you the scholarship. And then if there is like unclear information, you need to ask the contact person of the scholarship of the or on the university contact. If you, for example, want to apply scholarship with your friend, do not ask your friend because he or she is also applying. So you need to ask the contact person yourself to make it clear and not making a lot of mistake in your application that will fail your application. And then you need to recheck your application again and again and be persistent. For example, if you fail to apply to get the scholarship for the first time, don't give up, just try to apply again and again. Because I also failed some scholarship, but I do not stop to apply. So yeah, because we don't know in which opportunity we will succeed. And do not forget to pray because this is very very important for me. So I always pray to get the scholarship because I really something like that. And then do not submit the documents near to the closing deadline. Submit your documents before the data complete because it will like automatically reject it, or you cannot submit the document if it's not complete. And then do not manipulate data because I also got some news that some Indonesian fellow they manipulate the IELTS result, and then they were expelled from the university and from the scholarship. So so please don't manipulate the data. And if you still do not have enough or sufficient score, for example, for IELTS, do not submit your certificate. You need to improve your score first before you apply. There are some universities who accept, for example, IELTS that are that have less score than it required, but they cannot give you unconditional letter of acceptance. So they will give you the conditional LOA or letter of acceptance. So they will wait you until you submit the required score. So it's better if you improve every aspect of your documents first before you apply to have, to have less rejection, of course. And then do not assume the application procedure. As I told before, if you find an unclear information, you need to ask the contact person. And this is the letter of acceptance. When you finally accepted to the scholarship or to the university, then you will have this letter of acceptance, which you can use for applying visa as well. So if you apply visa for going to Europe, you will need this acceptance letter and then a letter of scholarship that you go to Europe with scholarship, and there's someone or some institution that assure that your finance during your study in Europe. And why Wageningen University and Research? So this is my university in the Netherlands. Actually, my first destination or the first time I apply for LPDP, I aim to study in Technical University of Munich for the biomedical science, nutrition and biomedical science, but I was not accepted. So I changed the university destination to Wageningen University, because if you for LPDP, if you want to change the university, you need to have a higher rank than the first university. So there are actually only 3 universities that have the program that I. And Wageningen University is one of the best university in Europe. In fact, it is also one of the is the #1 university in the Netherlands. So if you're studying agriculture, it is the first rank in the world. And then also the environment and ecological science, it is also the #1 in the world. but overall, it is number 559 in the world based on science higher education. Yeah, it's one of the best university. It has my subject, so yeah, I didn't hesitate to apply for this university. We did it in a very small village. Yeah, in fact, it is like very far from big city. Not that far actually. Only 1 hour from Amsterdam, which is nice. And in the weekend, you can still go to big city nearby. Yeah, it is very nice place to study. Like it only has a university and then with a very big field. Yeah, it's not too crowded, so it's very conducive to study, especially if you study life science subject, then it's a good place to study. Yeah, it has a lot of master programs, but life science and technology. Like for example, here in tourism, society and environment, and urban environmental management, and also international development study.
Sorry,
yeah.
Miss.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you please try to unplug or maybe plug again, because your voice is kind of there's some noise from your microphone. Before it was all right.
Oh,
No, we cannot hear you.
hello,
Hello?
hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, now your voice is crystal clear. Okay, please continue. Miss. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, Miss?
Check, check, check.
Okay. Okay, now we can hear you.
I'm so sorry, Miss. Your voice is not really clear in here. Probably you have to make it loud, please.
Check, check.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. From where cannot you couldn't hear me? From which part?
About Wageningen University, I think.
Okay. From here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, why Wageningen University? Because at the first time I wanted to study in Technical University of Munich in Germany. The subject is nutrition and biomedical science, but I wasn't accepted. So my second choice is Wageningen because the application fee was free at that time. So yeah, I applied for this university because it is also one of the best university in the world. Especially if you want to study agriculture and environmental science, it is considered as the #1 in this field. And then it is also ranked 59 in the world according to Times Higher Education ranking. So Wageningen also located in a small town. It's especially actually it is like a village. So there's only university and villages nearby. So it's very nice to study there because it's not too crowded and actually not so far from big city like Utrecht or Amsterdam. So you can take a train for 1 hour, you can already reach Amsterdam, or maybe 2 hours, you can already reach Rotterdam or Den Haag. So it's not that very far. But the city and in the environment is very green, it's very nice place to study, even though it's very small, but it really supports you to study very well there. And yeah, and the people are friendly and warm, so you won't feel lonely. And then yeah, there are some master programs that are offered in Wageningen University, but it's more on the direction of life science and technology. So yeah, if you are studying in one of this field, you can actually apply for the master program there. But if you, for example, study about social science, you can still find some interesting subject. For example, this tourism, society and environment, urban environmental management, and also this international development studies. If you have a social science background, you can still apply for the master program in Wageningen University and Research. Okay, and I will also share about my experience of working in Germany. It's not actually working, but it's more internship, research internship. Yeah, so why I choose to do my research or internship research in Germany? Yeah, as I told you before, that my first choice of study actually in Technical University of Munich, and it's located here down in the south of Germany. Yeah, because it is excellent in research and teaching. Well, actually, all universities in Europe, they have like almost similar quality and similar curriculum. So it actually doesn't matter in which university you want to study, but what makes difference is about the network. For example, in Technical University of Munich, it has a lot of networks with the industry. For example, if you know BMW and then Audi, there are a lot of Technical University Munich alumni that work in these big companies in Munich or even around Germany, because we know that Germany is one of the biggest producers of automotive. Yeah, like everyone knows Mercedes-Benz and then Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, for example. Yeah, so if you are into engineering, into automotive, and you want to focus on industry, then Germany is an excellent choice for study or to do internship, for example. Yes, then similar to the Netherlands, it has also wide range of courses that are offered. And yeah, as I told you before, that universities in Germany, it has a very close link between theory and practice. So you can already apply the theoretical knowledge that you obtain from the class to the practice in industry or in the company. And of course, Germany is one of the most safe and stable economically in Europe. Yeah, it has a strong financial stability in Europe. Yeah, so it's especially if you want to pay yourself for your study, Germany is actually not so expensive. It's very cheap, and if you want to work during your study, it's also possible. There are a lot of student job. For example, you can take 20 hours of working, then you can already sufficient to pay your living costs in Germany for food and for rent. I think it's easy if you work 20 hours in a week in Germany. yeah, it has also a lot of opportunities for students to have part-time job, like for example in H&M or in ice cream shop or in a supermarket like Lidl or Rewe. There are a lot of students that work there. Yeah. And besides working and studying and also internship in Germany, it has also Ausbildung program. So this is like similar to diploma or D3 in Indonesia. So for example, if you are a high school graduate and if you will, directly want to work in Germany without doing study, so you can apply for Ausbildung. It takes usually 3 to 3.5 years, and at least you need to have B2 certificate. Yeah, because there are a lot of jobs that German people do not want to do. Yeah, so they need a lot of people from outside Germany to do the work. For example, to be a friseur or barber. Yeah, you really need to do the Ausbildung before you have you are allowed to cut someone hairs, for example. And yeah, there are a lot of subject that you can choose from to do the Ausbildung, from the bank, and then construction worker, also in chemical physics and pharmacy, for example, electro. There are a lot of industry who also offer Ausbildung program. For example, BMW, it has also Ausbildung program. So if you want to be their engineer or mechanic, you do not have to study for bachelor. You can just do Ausbildung for 3 or until 4 years, and you can already be mechanic or engineer in BMW, for example. It usually take one year for the theoretical class, and then the rest of the year you will directly go to industry or to company. And for example, in this field, in the field of health and medicine, Germany also need a lot of worker in this field. They currently need a lot of nurse, or yeah, people who also take care in the like senior house, like senior house. So they take care of the old people. Yeah, they really need a lot of people there. So I also have a friend who does Ausbildung in this area in Flege. So she usually she took one year of theory and then 3 years working in the hospital or in the senior home, something like that. And IT, it also needs a lot of people to fill the position in IT, because in Germany the position in IT is still very low. So they also need someone from outside Germany to fill the position in IT. Yeah. And then if you do the Ausbildung, you will also get paid. Like for example, in the first year, you will get 1,166 euro, and it will increase every year. So yeah, Ausbildung is something like you are studying, but you are also working, and you will get paid for your Ausbildung. Yeah. So unlike bachelor study, you have to pay yourself, but for Ausbildung, it's very good. You are studying, and then you will get some money because of you are working. And then if you are under 25, you can also go to Germany for doing social work. There are a lot of positions of social work that Germany have. So they we usually help in the senior house or in hospital for child with a disability. Yeah, so usually FSJ, it will take 1 year. It will take 1 year, and then you have 39 hours of working in 1 week.
and you will also get pocket money for around 426 euro, but it really depends on which field you work, and then in which city or which province you work. So yeah, it's also very nice experience if you want to do some social work in Germany. It only take 1 year. So if you, for example, graduate from high school or from bachelor and you don't know what to do, you can actually join the social work in Germany. And usually you will also get free accommodation and food. Yeah, that's nice. You will get housing, food, and pocket money per month. Yeah, I guess that's all my story. I hope it will be useful for you. And if it's not clear because a lot of disruption, please ask me. Do not hesitate to ask me. Okay, and thank you very much for your attention and good luck for your future. Yeah. Thank you, Dara, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Mahayu, for the great sharing. And wow, now we already know several things, people. So firstly, when we are choosing our universities, don't just look at the overall ranking of the world, the universities ranking in the world ranking, but focus on the major that you are going to take, because like Ms. Mahayu said, some universities are the first ranking in particular major, but in the overall ranking maybe it's not that good. But the most important thing is the subject that you want to take, right? So that's the first thing. And she also said about a lot of opportunities that you can take when studying in Germany, for example, that you can work, you can do internship. And she also mentioned about the needed fields in Germany, for example, in engineering, in IT, and also in medicine. Okay, so we already have so many people turning on their cameras and also raising their hands. But maybe because we are running out of time, I will get to only pick 3 people. So who am I going to choose? I think Miss Diana Samo raised her hand first too. Miss Diana, you may ask your question.
Is my sound clear enough?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Before that, thank you very much for the nice presentations. Okay, I'm a little bit curious about how to write our CV. As we know that in our CV, 2 of the contents is about our experiences and also our achievement. My question is, maybe some of us have a lot of experiences and also achievements during their university time, maybe. Is our CV or all of our experiences and achievement have to be put or list in our CV, or just some of them? Because maybe some of us think like, maybe it's better to put all of the achievement and also experiences list, and maybe some of us just think, oh, maybe just some of these experiences and achievement to put. Yeah, maybe I think that's my question. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think it's not necessary to put everything on the CV, because good CV is the short one. So for example, you want to, if you are a bachelor graduate, you only need 1 page of CV. So put the most important or most impactful achievement or experience that you have. So for example, it also need to be in line with your desired courses. For example, I study nutrition, and for example, I want to take a master in clinical nutrition. So I have to put my experience in line with the clinical nutrition. So maybe in the university, I join a lot of activities which are not always in clinical nutrition. So for my CV that I want to submit, I have to put everything related to clinical nutrition. Yes. And then, for example, I want to apply for another institution and I want to choose another field, I have to change my CV again. So for example, I take for the other university, I want to take public health nutrition. So I have to choose which activities or which achievement that are in line with the public health nutrition. So something like that. It's not necessary to put everything. I know that maybe we want to show that we are excellent, we are very smart, but it's not necessary if it's not related to our choose, yeah, our choice, yeah. And especially if you, for example, if you want to be researcher, you say in your motivation letter or when you interview, you want to say that you want to be a researcher. Show them what research that you have done, right? For example, if you join some organization, you need to choose which organization that support your research, for example. Yeah, if there is no any organization that do not support your research, it's okay if you do not put anything about organization. Okay, just focus on your field of study or what is your aim actually. Yeah. Also, if you want to apply a job, for example, it's not only for scholarship or university. For the job also, you need to put relevant information, relevant experience and knowledge. Yeah. So yeah, I already changed like 50 times of CV when I apply. So I always match my CV to the job that I apply or university that I apply, something like that. Yeah. Okay. I hope it answered your question.
Yeah, it's clear enough, Miss. Thank you very much, Miss Mahayu.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, thank you so much for your question, Miss Diana, and for your answer, Miss Mahayu. Now we will have 2 more questions. Maybe Miss Padma Priya can ask your question.
First of all, thank you for the opportunity. It was a very great presentation because I was looking forward for going for my master's in biotechnology. I completed my bachelor's and I'm doing my master's in biotechnology. And I want to go for a foreign country, either in Europe or in America, which was suitable for further research in food technology department. So while applying for my CVs or my resume, how can I apply in such a way which should be short and crisp, but also shows that how knowledgeable and how interested I was towards that particular job or scholarship or even the opportunity?
If I repeat your question, you asked about how to arrange or organize the motivation letter, right? To tell that you are interested in the program and then how to get admitted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Usually, the motivation letter should consist of 4 subtopics. Maybe first you need to tell about yourself, about your background. For example, if you study about biotechnology in bachelor, which particular subject that you are interested in, and then which subject that you want to have more knowledge of. And then the second one, you can tell your experience in research, especially if you want to study biotechnology for your master. You need to tell which experience that you have been doing during your bachelor degree or after you graduate, whether you already work for industry or you done some research in biotechnology. You can tell in the second paragraph. And then on the third paragraph, you can also tell about what is your particular interest for your research. Because, for example, in Wageningen, you need to do master thesis. And then if you are interested, you can also take another research for your second thesis. It's better if you can already mention which field of research that you want to do, or which particular topic that you are interested in. And then after that, you can also tell after you graduate, what do you want to do? For example, you want to work, you want to create a startup, or you want to do PhD, for example. So it's only 4 pages that can tell everything. Not 4 pages, 4 paragraphs. Sorry. Yeah. The most important thing is that you really have experience that match one to another. So especially because master degree, you really need to have ability to do some research, right? Especially in Europe, we really need to write a thesis. Unlike in US or UK, you are not required to write a thesis for your master, but in Europe particularly, you need to do thesis, to write thesis and research. That's why you really need to understand what is your topic of interest in research, and how did you how is your skill or your knowledge can support your thesis, because otherwise you have to extend your study for a long time if you do not know what you want to do. So it's good in the beginning if that you already have your interest, and it's also good if you also mention which professor or which department that you want to go for your research. So you can actually find everything on the website. You can learn about it, the curriculum and everything you can find it. So yeah, it's better if you already mention the specific subject or interest for your master. Okay. Yeah, I hope it helps you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Mahayu. Hope that answers your question, Ms. Patma. And now we will have the last question for Ms. Mahayu's session. Okay, Ms. Nurul Inayah, maybe you can ask your question.
First.
Sorry, Ms. Nurul Inayah. Ms. Mahayu, is it okay if those who don't get to ask their questions ask it in the chat box, and maybe you can ask, maybe you can answer them later?
Sure.
Okay, but Ms. Nurul Inayah, please do that.
Okay, thank you for opportunity and nice presentation. So my question is that GPA or grade point average is one of the requirement for apply the abroad for especially for the master degree, and is that really very important? Thank you.
That's actually very interesting questions. Some say that the grade is not very important, but it is actually important. For example, university, they usually have minimum requirement for the GPA. Also for LPDP, for example, it has also minimum requirements. So it is actually important for the first administration process, right? If you are, I guess everybody is has 3 point something. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, so it is important for the first administration process. They will not accept people with GPA lower than what it requires, of course, because it is like standard that they are sure that you are able to understand the lecture later, that you are able to comprehend the lecture and the subject. So it's actually for yourself. It's not to make yourself hard or difficult to follow the subject later, right? So it is, yes, of course, it is important in the first selection process, but later for the for example, for the interview or something like that, they will not look at the GPA anymore. They will look at your personality, of course, and your future goals. You have clear future goals. Like for example, you want to study about nutrition science. You know what you do after you graduate. You understand, you know which subject you want to study. It's something like that. So the important thing is to ensure or to how to say, yeah, to make the scholarship giver believe that you are able to do that, to that you will graduate in the right time, and they will give you the money with the purpose. It's not like they will just give everyone money, but you have to make sure, or you need to prove that their money will not be waste, something like that. Yeah, so it's really only help you in the first stage of the selection, but later it's really on you yourself, in your personality and your aim, something like that. So maybe if you're still in bachelor, you need to improve. For example, if you have less than 3, you need to improve your GPA at least in minimum as the requirement. It's okay if it's only 3.0, but it's actually like at least it is the minimum requirement. Yeah, you'll be safe. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Mahayu, for your answer, and hope it answers your question, Ms. Nurul Inayah. So like I said before, if anyone still got questions, because we are running out of time, please write it in the chat box. And you may also ask Ms. Mahayu on her social media. Ms. Mahayu, do you mind sharing your Instagram maybe?
Yes, sure. My Instagram is Mahayu Firsti.
Okay.
My name without space.
Mahayu Firsti. I write it in Instagram. Okay. Like that? Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right, so we reached the end of this session. So Ms. Mahayu, thank you so much for your great presentation. And this is the certificate of appreciation from Student Academy for you, for your great sharing tonight that will hopefully give new insights and new inspiration for all of us to study in Europe, especially Germany and Netherlands, just like you did. So hopefully everyone, you will get new insights and new knowledge, new informations, and now you wouldn't be so clueless about how to study in those mentioned countries and why you have to study in those countries, because now you already know the benefits, you already know the downsides, you already know the requirements, and you already know what to do to be as amazing as Ms. Mahayu, who had experience in those both countries. So once again, thank you so much, Ms. Mahayu.
Thank you. You're
Okay,
welcome.
and before you go, I would like to invite everyone so we can have a photo session with Ms. Mahayu before we proceed to the next session. Okay, please turn on your cameras if you haven't. And I don't want to see any frowns. Please smile, because this is just the first session of tonight's agenda. So don't frown. Maybe it's sad because tomorrow is Monday. I know it's really sad, but please try to still be energetic for tonight's session. Okay, so I can still see some people turning on their cameras. Maybe we will wait for 2 minutes. No, 2 minutes. I will count for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, no more people turning on their cameras. Okay, operator, please stand by to screenshot these lovely faces. We have 4 slides here. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. One, two, three. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And once again, thank you so much, Ms. Mahayu. Okay. Wow, now we already had our first session, everyone. Is everyone still energetic enough to go proceed to our next session? Please say ready when I say when I ask. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Glad to hear. So I'm not the only one being excited here. That's glad to hear. Okay. So For the next agenda, we will have Mr. Abrori Agus Cahaya Pramana, a PhD student and also a researcher from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, USA. Okay, so for Mr. Abrori, please welcome Mr. Abrori.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I guess it's already been night there, but here it's still morning, and yeah. Actually, I'm still not actually I'm not PhD students because yeah, we have a little bit difference like Europe and America, Europe and Asia, because I don't think so. It's a little bit different or not, but yeah, now my position is a graduate research assistant, and it's fine there. Because in United States, when you have as a PhD student, you still have to get some qualifying examinations. After you get the qualifying examinations, then you can be a PhD candidate or PhD student. But now I'm just a graduate research assistant. I'm better to say my own self as a better graduate research assistant. Well, I have some presentations for today, and yeah, which all thing will be better. I don't want to have any troubles. And yeah, can you see my presentation now?
Not yet, still black. Okay, now we can.
Okay. Yeah, actually, when I open my presentations, kind like internet connections will be disrupted because if I'm not using my my best laptop, just using a small one. So, can you see it now?
Yes.
Is it clear from my voice?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. I have a tagline for my presentations as "Be in Illinois." So it's kind of a tagline that most of students from Illinois can be proud because they can be part of this one of the best university in the United States. Yeah, my name is Abrori Agus Cahaya Pramana. My position now is a graduate research assistant, and I'm part of divisions of nutritional sciences, Graduate School of Agricultural, Consumers, and Environmental Sciences in University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. So yeah, we know that Illinois University Urbana-Champaign is part of our economic ministry is alumni from this university. If you all know that, and we she's very famous, Bu Sri Mulyani. Yeah, Bu Sri Mulyani is part of this alumni from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. So if you like to contact me, you just can contact me by Instagrams. So this is my Instagrams, and this is my activity in the university. Mostly I'm doing research all about the mice, cancers, microbiome, and also not genes. Yeah. The first thing that I would like to emphasize for all of you, if you would like to study or continue your, study, the most important thing first is what is your goals. Because study is not only because you want to be famous or you want to, okay, I would like to have pictures abroad, or I would like to sightseeing around the board and just thinking about the sightseeing or to have fun. But you all need to know about what is the real purpose that you would like to do when you already started with your study. What is your goals? The most important thing, whether you would like to be a researcher, you would like to be a businessman or something like that, this is depend on you. But know what is your real purpose and then why you need to go to study. Otherwise, you will just feel that, okay, I'm useless getting the master's degree and still don't know everything. Yeah, even we are studying, we still don't know everything. But after you study, at least you know what knowledge that you can encourage for the next step. And then the next ones is what you need to do is trying to why I should pursue the master study or why I should pursue PhD study. Because even if you present that bachelor degree is enough for the job, I think you don't need to get the master study. But if some requirements or some company or some university or whatever that you would like to be, then emphasize you to get your next study, even this is PhD or master study, please just to remind you and please just to encourage your own self that, yeah, I need to go study because I would like to achieve this one and I would like to take the knowledge about this one, and this one. So you cannot just only say that, okay, I would like to go master study in University of Tokyo. I would like to go master study in Harvard or MIT or something else. But then you don't know what you would like to do, or you don't know what kind of research that I would like to interested in, and I would like to do more about this one. Then after you know your reasons, your own reason and your strong reason why you need to go study, and then you should prepare everything. For example, like the document, as the Mahayu said about the CV, personal statements, and also your certificate, your motivation letter, everything you should prepare. And one thing, we have already been an open source of the internet, so everyone and every person can access a lot of informations about what is the personal statements, what is motivation letters, and then how to create the CV as good as possible, so it can make interest your PI or your supervisor that you would like to go to her lab or his lab. And then after we all prepared all the things, and then try to how to achieve your study. For example, after you prepare all documents, decide, okay, I would like to take study in this university, and then I already known about all the requirements. Then I've already contacted the professor or the PI or project investigator there, and they give you an answer about this one, and then try to achieve all the things by trying to follow all the regular requirements and also regular procedures in that university. Because even you have a lot of things that have been prepared, but you cannot follow the rule and you cannot follow the flow to continue your study, then it will be nothing. You will not get everything from there. And the last thing, what you need to do is, what is your real dream career? I mean, after you get study, you also need to think about, for example, like after I study masters, what will I do? If you still don't have any job, for example, like I would like to be a lecturer, then how to be a lecturer after you get study? Or otherwise, for example, like you're part of the clinical nutritions, I would like to be dietitians. Should I continue or proceed for the other next step? For example, like registered dietitians, I need to take exam, for example, like that one. So you need to decide what is your real dream career after you get study. Otherwise, you just study, but you don't know what would you like to do after that. Yeah, this is the reasons why I'm choosing US. Before this one, I have been in Tokyo, in the University of Tokyo, but now I'm trying to choose the US. We all know that most of US, they have a great university. We know about the Harvard, we know about the MIT, we know about the Michigans. A lot of university in the United States also get ranks in the around 50 best university located in the United States, from the Harvard, MIT, Princeton, University of California. So yeah, so that's why I'm choosing United States. And also it's because of in United States, they're trying to when you're masters, master students is like in we call it in a moderate or in a central phase, which is they still don't know about what they want to do, but they already need to think about what kind of research they're interested in. But in PhD students, it's a little bit different, because you have already got your master degree, and then you already need to understand about what next steps that I would like to achieve. I would like to go to the PhD students, or would like to continue from my doctoral degree. Then why I'm choosing the University of Illinois, actually, I would like to say this is coincidence, because coincidence, or this is already been the path my way. But for the coincidence, because of actually I got the informations about the scholarships about the university mostly based on the informations in the website, and also I follow some informations in Twitter. So if you have a Twitter, just make your Twitter fruitful for you. For example, you not only follow the artist, you not only follow the actor, but also trying to follow the professor, because mostly some professor also open accounts in Twitters, and sometimes they can share about, for example, like positions, open positions, scholarship, or everything they will share. Also the most recently publication that have been published. So you can follow them, and then if you have if they share with you about the open positions, you can apply as long as you fulfill the requirements from this professor. In my cases, I I saw informations that opens by one of the professors in University of Illinois. And then after that, I'm trying to reaching out by send him an emails. And then he gave me a reply, and I continue to make some communication with him. After that, I just pursue that I would like to take my PhD degree in his laboratory. And then, yeah, he asked me to get some Zoom meeting. He interviewed me, and also he asked me a lot of things about what is your backgrounds, and then why did you want to continue your PhD? Why do you want to continue your PhD student? And then what is the relevant research that will be related to the research that have already been ongoing on his laboratory? So, and then after that, he didn't decide that he would like to accept me or not, but he just told me that you need to follow all the requirements that in the graduate admissions campus or in the graduate admissions website. And after that, if you already know about the minimum requirements, then you can just continue, and I will see your applications. And after that, if your applications match with our lab, so yeah, we can accept you. And also if you have any scholarship, that you can apply with this scholarship, or otherwise you can apply in campus scholarships. Yeah, because of in United States, it's a little bit different for the PhD staffs, because yeah, for example, like in Japan, if you have a professor, and then a professor said for you that, yeah, I will accept your applications, then okay, you have been accepted. But in the United States, mostly the professor will have like a committee meeting, and after that, each professor, so you have two professors that will interview you. After the interview, they will make some optionals, whether you will be in the first option, second option, or third options, because a lot of students from around the world also make some registrations in the graduate admissions. So yeah, they will try to make an optional that you will be in the second part or in the first part, and then you also need to make arrangement also. So which professor that will be most suitable with you, you need to make a rank from 1 until 3. Then if you have already chosen, and then your professor already chosen, if they match, and then the committee will decide, okay, you will go to this you will go to this professor lab, and then you can continue for your master or your doctoral degree. Yeah, this is the most important thing that I think you all need to prepare for everything. The first is certificate, transcript for your certificate, transcript for your value, and then also the TOEFL and IELTS. This is the most important thing, I think. But in some, in my case, when I applied for University of Illinois, I didn't using TOEFL and IELTS, but I'm trying to find out the Duolingo. So this is kind of the test that very flexible. You can take your test in your homes, in your office, everywhere, because this is an online test. But one more important that I would like to emphasize for all of you all, that you need to see in the campus requirements whether they accept Duolingo or not. During the COVID-19, Illinois University make opens for Duolingo tests to be used for the requirements for the language. But they also have some, for example, the value that need to be achieved if you would like to have the minimum requirements or the full requirements. What is the difference? The minimum requirements, you don't need to take the English as the second language program, so you don't need to take language matriculations. But if you cannot achieve the full requirements, and then you still in the minimum requirement, you still can continue your study, but you need to take the English as your second language program. So this is kind of language matriculation. So you will have these matriculations around 1 semesters. I will start it in I will start these matriculations in October. So yeah, using Duolingo, TOEFL, and IELTS, they still have some minimum value that you need to be achieved. And then for GRE, yeah, this is a question most of my friends also ask me about. Do you need GRE when you go to the United States? I said I didn't need this once. So my campus didn't requirement for GRE, unless for some program study, for example, like Mahayu ever say that this is about the clinical nutritionists, dietitians that related with the professions, you need GRE. Yeah, for the professions for the profession degree, for example, like you would like to be a veterinary medicines, you would like to be a research dietitians, only clinical nutritionists, they need GRE. But in Illinois, this is some specialty or special case. From GRE, they didn't need they don't require this one during this COVID-19 because maybe it's a little bit difficult to get the online test for the GRE. So yeah. Maybe after the COVID-19 already been fade out from our environments, or the case will be done. So maybe GRE will be required and another test will be required also, for example, like TOEFL, IELTS, or maybe Duolingo will not be used. So yeah, you need to check well about these requirements, and then make sure that yeah, your test is have it's still not expired, so you can prepare everything. And then motivation letters, recommendation letters. Yeah, this is very needed for if you like to apply for the master and also PhD degree, because of they will ask you about your last activity, your last research. So you need a strong evidence from this one, and you will get this strong evidence from your previous supervisor, for example, and from bachelors or from your master supervisors. And also the publications, if it is available, because yeah, nowadays I think most of students in the bachelors, they can publish more papers. So if you have a lot of publications, it will be more added value for you to continue your PhD or master student, because most of the professors think that, okay, you can publish, so you can do well for your master or your PhD, and then he or she will not doubt about your ability to write papers. Okay, my step for all of you that would like to study in the United States or in another country, just find your campus. Mostly we use THE or Time Hires Educations or QS to know about the rank of university. But once more, as Mahayu said, that rank of the word or word ranking is very important. Is very nice if you can can be accepted in, for example, like top 100 university, top 200 university. But again, so you need to come back about your research, about your about your program degree, because sometimes the university have a low ranks in all overall criteria, but they will have a strong rank, for example, like in a subject. For example, like in United States, yeah, Illinois University, they have ranks in 47s in the world, but for the programs of nutritional science, like in my divisions, this is one of the top 3 of nutritional science campus. So you need to be aware. Don't just, okay, I would like to get study in Harvard or MIT as the one or the first or second top university in the world, but in the major or in the in the subjects, they still below the other one. So yeah, again, so you need to realize about this one. Just only don't only proud with, okay, I get university with 100 ranks or 47 ranks. So yeah, it's depend on you. But for me, for the PhD, this is not only about the rank of university, but also it is about your supervisor, whether your supervisor can give you a grant, and then your supervisor can also support your life study and also your life financials. This is very important, because PhD is not only 2 years, but sometimes PhD will take a lot, around 5 or 6 years in the United States. And then after you know about the campus, and then you go to the contact the supervisors for United States. Yeah, mostly if the supervisor interested in you, she or he, they will reply your email. But if you don't get some reply from your supervisors, just leave it and then go to certain other ones. Otherwise, you can just directly go to your graduate admissions applications and then go to this website, apply from this website, and then you will know what professor that may be suitable with you after you have an interview. Because mostly in United States, for the PhD, we will have the interview with the committee, and the committee will decide whether you will be suitable in this lab or not. The most important thing for me is this back to the motivation letters and also the personal statements. When I applied in University of Illinois, I need to submit 2 forms. So there is a motivation letters and also the personal statements. It's a little bit different because in the motivation letters, maybe both of them have, all of them have 1 page. So in Illinois at Mason campus, they ask you to only write down in 1 page of personal statements and also motivation letters. So you don't need to write down more than 1. Because they just would like to know your own capability, and then what is your real background. Especially for the personal statement, you need to write down all of the background that you have. For example, like the skill that you have, and then your achievement that you have. But in the motivation letter, this is more general. They would like to know who you are, and then why you are interested in our lab, and then what the next that you would like to do, and then, for example, like what is the scholarship that you already gotten or you would like to apply. But in the personal statement, this is really about your own skills, your own ability, and then, for example, like if you will be accepted in this laboratory, and then what kind of research that you would like to develop. So this is related with your own skills or ability, and how do you arrange your own research idea, and then trying to figure out what the next that you can achieve if you already been gotten with your master or PhD degree. This kind of the website base that I've already told you about how to search the university. So this kind of I think this is one of the general website. For example, like this is from the http www.snews. So it will give you informations about the university rank in United States, and then about what is the school types, and then year founded, and then also the about the tuition fee or something like that. So you can just go there and then trying to surfing for the from this website. This is the output view. So most of the informations in United States University is related based on website informations. So if you have already decided what kind of the graduate college that you would like to continue your study, just go to the website and then trying to figure out every information there. Because, for example, like in the Illinois Graduate College, you will find this information. For example, like the admissions, what time of the applications. In United States, we have 4 time applications. So in January, and then July, and then June, and last thing is in October. So you will have 4 time for you to apply in this in United States University, and then you can continue. For example, like I'll continue in fall, sometimes continue in spring. So mostly fall and spring this time for some students that enroll in the university, but also some cases they can also enroll in summer. So it's depend on your communication with PI, your supervisor, because sometimes your supervisor asks you to come early because they already have a project there. So in this website, you will the most important thing that I would like to emphasize or strengthen for you of trying to find out the minimum requirements. So if you click this minimum requirements, then you will find a lot of informations related with your study and related with the general requirement that they need. If you would like to know about the specific ones, you need to go to the website. For example, like I go to the DNS University, like this one. So this is the Natural Sciences, and then you will know everything there. For example, like the scholarships, like what kind of how many faculty advisor there. You will know about these informations. So trying to figure out in this website, especially in the graduate college informations, and then you will know about the letter of recommendation. For example, like here we know about the minimum requirements, and there's kind of application fee. Yeah, in university we have the application fee, and then how to pay this one also will be informed there. And also starting and completing the applications, this is also the information that you need. Most of the important ones, it's you need to know the submitted applicants. I mean, some applications, for example, like students comes from for example, like English third class, so they just need to submit the letter from the campus that inform them that the class has been taught by English, so they need to go. They don't need to take IELTS or GRE or TOEFL like that one. Yeah, Fulbright is the most scholarships that popular, I think, in Indonesia and also in another country. So yeah, but in some cases, if you don't have for Fulbright, especially I don't have any experience with the Fulbright, but I would like to share about you that when I came to United States, or when I come to United States and continue my graduate research assistant, actually I don't have any scholarships. I didn't apply for LPDP, Indonesian Endowments. I also didn't apply for the Fulbright, but I just only apply for this one. So when I have communications with my PI, I told him that actually he told me that DNS, or Division of Nutritional Sciences, they have a scholarship that give you money, so you will be paid as the graduate research assistants, but also you need to continue your PhD. So in my cases, I'm being a research assistant here, but also I continue my PhD from my graduate research assistant. So I have a lot of, not a lot of, I think, but I have some wave tuitions. So I didn't need to pay some tuition fee. They just reduced some amount of the tuition fee. So I just need to pay around $600. Yeah, around $600 to pay for my tuition fee from around $17,000, and then reduce into $600 just to pay my tuition fee. So yeah, if you don't have any scholarship but you have a strong motivations to continue your PhD or to continue your master degree, just trying to follow up with your supervisor and trying to figure out in your college website whether they have the assistantship or fellowship grant, so they can give you a grant for this one, so you can continue your study. In my case, I get the research assistantships for 2 years from the DNS, and then for the next 2 years, or for the next rest of my study, my supervisor or my PI will also grant me with the research, and also she encouraged me also to get the teaching assistantship, because of research assistantship and teaching assistant, you will be paid by university, so you need to work, you need to teach also. So yeah, it's very great opportunity if you can get a fellowship or assistantship, because in United States, most of students that they don't have any scholarships, they will be paid by the assistantship or fellowship, but they still can continue for study until they can graduate from this university. Yeah, so one thing that I would like to emphasize you, maybe for some of you already have some scholarship, already have like, okay, I have LPDP, I have Fulbright, I have blah 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 scholarship, but in United States, if you don't have any scholarship, but your professors or your principal investigators can give you a grant, yeah, you still can continue your study, and then you can apply for this assistantship. Then yeah, welcome to United States, and then you can be a graduate student here. Yeah, I think I just only would like to make us a short introductions here, and then we can continue for some discussions, because of yeah, I'm just only started for my 2 months in United States, so we can share about my experience trying to figure out and trying to apply in the University of Illinois. Okay, I return to Badara.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abrori, for your great sharing, mainly about research assistant. Okay, so we can see that there are some difference in here and there, and we already know how the system works. Now I open the floor for Q&A session. If anyone wants to ask any question, please raise your hand. Okay, we have Miss Suci Ramadhani Aziz. Please ask your question.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity to make me asking to Mr. Abrari. My question is, what difficult did you got through while doing assistant research, sir? Maybe just that. Thank you.
Yeah, when I have to be a graduate assistant, I need to spare my times from with the research and also study, because you have a duty to help your PI, but also you also study there. So yeah, just trying to spare your time as much as possible, trying to manage your own times. For in my cases, I just yeah well, yeah, I take 4 hours for research assistance, and then the rest of my times I go to, I use for study. Yeah, because in United States we have regulations that the research assistants, they must not reach more than 20 hours in a week for being a research assistant. So it means if you have 4 days work, so 4 hours is enough for you to do your duty as research assistants, and then the rest of them you need to use to study your master or your PhD. Because in my office, I'm a PhD student from graduate research assistant, and also I have a friend from China. She also a graduate research assistant and still continue for master degree for first years, same like me. Yeah, but for now, I don't have any difficulty to share my time, because yeah, my PI is not really it's not like I will say that it's not really nasty, because she always try to PI here always try to emphasize and encourage you. You need to also to finish. Means you need to also get a best score for your study, because you still have a class, so you also need to reach your class as well as possible. Yeah, that's it. I feel in the first time here.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for the question, Ms. Suci, and thank you for your answer, Mr. Abrori. Now, Ms. Rahayu Wahid, may I ask your question?
Thank you. And in Fancy, thank you very much. I am Ayu. I want to ask how we can get scholarships to study in America and Europe. Well, we know the competition for scholarship in America and one for other parts of Europe is very strong. In your opinion, what should we prepare from now? Maybe as motivation also for me and my friends who are even. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Can you repeat for last questions? But Rahayu, can you repeat for last questions?
Yeah.
Can you repeat for your last questions? I'm not.
Uh,
I cannot reach this
yes.
question.
Yeah. Other parts of in your opinion, what should we prepare from now? Maybe as motivation for also for me and my friends who are tonight. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
You asked me about the motivations.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to answer about first. How do you get the scholarship in the United States? For Europe, you can ask Mahayu, because yeah, I still don't have any experience to get scholarship in Europe. My experience only in Japan and also in the United States. For United States, actually, you have a Fulbright scholarships. If you would like to apply this Fulbright scholarship, this is also worth it, because mostly students in Indonesia and another country, they also apply for the Fulbright scholarships. But in my cases, I never applied this Fulbright scholarship, because yeah, the problem, I didn't apply for this one because I almost completely lost with the deadline of the scholarship. So I just lost the scholarships deadline. So yeah, if you like to apply this one, trying to figure out what is the deadlines, and then what is the requirements. So in my cases, I didn't apply any scholarships, also, and also either the Indonesian endowment funds. I didn't apply for these ones. I just contact my PI, and then just she recommend me. I have this. I have a grant for this one, so you can apply for the teaching assistantship and also the research assistantship. Yeah, both of these scholarships is very competitive. So you need to amaze your PI, your personal investigator or your supervisor. And also one thing, you need to amaze with directors of this of the college. For example, in my cases, the directors they have been interested in my CV, and they also get interested in my personality because of my I have 4 recommendation letters from my master supervisors too, and also from my bachelor supervisors too. So yeah, they're interested with me because of the motivation letters is very encouraging me to get the scholarship in this university, because they emphasize me that I'm a hard worker. I don't know what words that have been right drawn over there, so I didn't read this before. So they just only interested with me, and they think that I can be an excellent researcher there. And then yeah, so that's why they grant me with the research research excellent assistantship for this one. So yeah, the most important thing, if you like to get the scholarship, trying to make your CV as good as possible. As Mahayu said, that you don't need to write on all of things. For example, like okay, I have 5 organizations, and then I would like to write down all of the organizations, but this is not related with your research. This is not related with your background. For example, like your background is nutrition, but your organizations is, for example, like animal handling, for example, like that ones. For you are the pet lover, and then you make you will be a member of the pet lovers, and then you put down your put it down in your CV. You don't need this one. So make your CV as well as possible, and then trying to point out that this is my ability and this is skill that I have. This is the first thing that you need to know. So because CV is very important in one case, so they will not see maybe the first time, the first thing that they would like to check is your CV. What is your CV? For example, I didn't write down all of things. I just write down my names, my backgrounds, and then what skill that I have, and then what is organizations related with the research or with the field study, and then I just put down my publications. At this times, when I applied for this one, I have around 5 publications. So I just put it out, and then they're interested, and then you will get interview, then you will get the scholarships. And then for the motivations, I have only one motivations. When I need to continue my study in abroad, I would like to make all of things that I get now being fruitful for my life, and also for the science, and also for developing my own skills, because I don't have any purpose, I don't have any motivation than just trying to get everything. If you have limitations in your first in your bachelor's, and then you would like to know more about this one, so this is a best chance to get study in abroad, because you will not have any limitations. For example, like I'm the microbiologist. When I was in bachelor's, maybe I have some limitations in reagents, tools, or something like that. But when I got master's degree, and now being a PhD student or graduate research assistant here, I have a lot of things that I can access everything. For example, like the advanced microscope, I can access this one. I can also access a lot of tools that can support my research, and also develop my own career for the next one. That's all about Hayu. I hope
Oh my
this can
God, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for the motivation. It is really amazing awesome for me. Thank you, Miss.
Because sometimes if you just have motivation, like I would like to take a picture in this building, otherwise you can just regret with the with your degree, because you just feel okay, I just want to go abroad because I would like to take a pictures, I would like to say no. But one thing's, when you come back after you go study abroad, I would like to do more fruitful for my country, and also I would like to develop my own ability and skills.
Okay, thank you so much for the great answer, Mr. Abrori. And yeah, even though studying abroad is really great to imagine, like taking pictures, the trips, the friends, like you have bullet friends like that. But in reality, it's a big responsibility, right? Because
Yeah.
you will have to
They-
be
some people that go study abroad, they just show you the sweet things, but
mm,
they will never show you the painful thing behind of the story. Okay, so you need also to consider this one.
yeah, that's it. Social media is fake most of the times. And yeah, we have to contribute back to our country, especially if we are the recipients of LPDP scholarships or any other government scholarship, because it's a big responsibility and you cannot just go there to take good pictures and have good trips, even though
Right.
it sounds fun. Okay, because we are running out of time, maybe I will take one more question from Miss Mayasari Manar.
Hello everyone, and hello sir. Is it audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
but your voice is
Okay.
actually like a bit low.
Oh, sorry.
Can you louder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hello, sir, and hello, everyone. Actually, I have a question because I have planning study in America, but sometimes I just confused at which point I should begin. So, could you share to us maybe how long do you prepare to take the requirement to study in USA, and how do you maintain the consistency to study abroad? I think you should push your dreams. So sometimes we just feel lazy, or just sometimes we have nothing to do. So how do you maintain that inconsistency to study? And the last one that as you mentioned before that you say um everyone just live the sweet thing. So what is the most painful one that you experienced before? Thank you very much.
Oh, the good question. What's the most painful one?
Yes.
But Mayasari, the first questions, can you repeat because I have some trouble here.
Okay, I just curious about how long do you prepare to take the all requirement to study in USA?
How long I take a time for study in United
Yes,
States?
that's right. No, I think how long to prepare it.
How long-
Yeah.
Okay, I started my journey to get this scholarship from 2018. So after I finished my master's study, trying to figure out what the next study or what the next university that I would like to enroll in. And then 2018, I'm trying to figure out in Europe, but my way is not in Europe. Then 2021, I have a view that I would like to continue my study in United States because because I'm trying to survey in I was trying to survey in in the internet and find out that for example DNS is the best in the best nutritional science college. So I'm trying to figure out what is DNS. Then I surf in the internet what is the DNS, and then is there any scholarship there, and then what is the faculty advisor there. Yeah, as I said by my side, if you have Twitters, so just don't only make your Twitters being empathy or just retweet something that, for example, like artists or Korean drama or something like that, but just trying to figure out in Twitters, just follow the professor or follow the article that give you a lot of information related with your backgrounds. Yeah, I just followed the I just followed the Twitters. I open it again, my Twitters, and then follow some professor there, and I got a lot of information there, especially for the UIUC itself. So I found my professors from the Twitters, and then from this Twitter, I contact them by email and then reach out, and then I can continue my communication with him or her. Yeah. So yeah, study is not a short times. You need to spare your times to dig in about what is the best for you, which university that you would like to enroll in, and then who is the supervisor or who is the faculty advisor that you would like to study with him or with her. So yeah, mostly I just only spare maybe 1 or 2 hours in the days to figure out what kind of university, and then what is the subject that I would like to relate it in for my PhD. But yeah, because Twitter have the, Twitter can give you some notifications. So when I get notifications about the scholarships or about the some faculty advisor that recently published about the article, so I just open these Twitters. I read all things, I read all the information, especially for the university admissions, or also for the grant or open positions. Just open all these things. So yeah, for surveying, I just only spare 2 hours, but for Twitter's informations, yeah, mostly before I, this is my bad things. Before I going to the bed, before I going to bed, I always open my Twitter, search informations, and then for example, like trying to type some word, for example, like PhD positions in Twitters, and then I get some informations. If I found one informations, sometimes I can wake up and then type some email and then think about, okay, I need to write down the motivation letters to these persons, and then for example write down the names of your supervisor that you would like to list. So I have a list. I have a list about the supervisors that I would like to take in. So I just tried, for example, like, okay, I've already sent email for him. I already sent email for her, and then wait for 1 week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whether she can apply or he can apply or not. He can reply or she reply or not. So if I don't have any reply from them, I just trying to continue dig in again in the internet and in the Twitters. If I have some informations, then I'll continue for this one. So yeah, I almost apply around 50 applications that apply for my PhD. So most of the times in my office, if I don't have any job, for example, I'm also a lecturer. So if I've already taught my student, just dig in the website and then figure out, okay, there's a position here, trying to make a note, trying to write down the deadline of the open positions. And then if you have already known, okay, all the requirements already been accomplished, so I just send email to him or to her. And then one question is related to painful. Yeah, because this is only my 2 months, I don't have any painful. But one thing, I can spare my social life here, because maybe I don't need to work around 24 hours like previous in my previous experience before. But yeah, when the most important the thing that I would like to all of you know, that research study is about dedications. If you have any duty, if you have any, for example, like experiments that you would like to do, just go with it, and then yeah, just got your results. So I cannot say this is a painful, but this is your obligation and this is your duty. Because if you cannot do this one, so why do you want to study? Because a master degree and PhD study is related with your activity, related with how long or how strong do you want to dig in something that you think this is very important, or this is very interesting or not. So yeah, for now I don't have any painful, but I would like to say that there is no painful if there will be a lot of success in your painfuls. So you don't need to bring regret with everything, just trying to let it go and do everything. One thing, I have a word from my friends, my friend from China that now being my partner here. She always just said, Abori, we must be happy. We must always do the best and just be happy in our life, in your PhD students and in my master students. So yeah, I just want to be happy, because yeah, I don't want to have a painful. I don't want to have regret something. Just be happy and do the best and get the most important result from your study.
Thank you so much, sir. I just get the points and follow them and be happy. Thank you very much.
Okay, wow. Okay, that was a nice closing for our Q&A session. Thank you so much, Miss Maya Sari, for asking, and thank you, Mr. Abori, for answering. So that wraps up our session and also our whole agenda today. So hopefully you guys will have new inspirations and insight about study and also research in Illinois or US as a whole. So can I know who wants to study in US? Maybe you can raise your hand, or yeah, manually, or just put the raise hand features. Who actually wants to study in US? No one? Okay. I do. I want to. Maybe not now. I don't
Oh,
know what.
wait you, Mbak Dara.
Oh. Sorry, what? I cannot catch that.
I will wait you in United States then.
Oh. Oh, well, I already have my tour guide and study guide and research guide and everything.
Yeah, if you have an opportunity to study there, to study here, trying to reach out me or reach out some students in. We have Permias as one of the Indonesian United Student Associations.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's actually quite unique, yeah, for US. You guys
Yeah.
don't say PPI, but you guys say Permias.
But we use Permias.
Okay, so okay, I saw some people raising their hands. Hopefully, we can all go to US whenever the time is suitable for each of us and in the best universities and courses that we are interested in. Okay, so without any further ado, I would like to invite everyone to turn on their cameras. But before that, I would like to show Mr. Abrori the certificate of appreciation as your dedication to share with us your insights and experience for tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Abrori.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, please turn on your camera because we will have our photo session and then we will end today's session and hopefully we will have a good rest and you can think about your future in Europe or US because we already got the new informations and insights and motivations from our two speakers. Okay, please turn on your cameras, guys, if you can, because we have 4 slides here, but only 2 slides have turned on your cameras. And please show your smiley faces, don't frown, don't be sad. Tomorrow's working, Yeah, it's sad. I also have classes tomorrow. It's really sad. But it's okay. Okay, I think we already have enough people turning on their cameras. Okay, so let's take picture. 1, show your face. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one last time, Mr. Abrori too, please. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much once again to Mr. Abrori. Oh yeah, like maybe we can say thank you to our speakers before we end. So maybe you can turn on your mic and unmute yourself so we can say thank you together. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Mr. Abrori.
Ayu, and thank you to Mr. Abrori.
Success with your journey.
Thank you.
Good day there.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Abrori, and also Ms. Mahayu for today's very, very insightful session. Now, before we truly end this session, this agenda tonight, I would like to invite all of you again to yell our tagline before we end. So we will leave with a good spirit. Okay? So just like before, when I say, who are you? You say, I'm a leader, you're a leader, we are leaders. Okay? Okay, be prepared, everyone. Be ready? 1, 2, 3. Who are you?
I'm a leader.
We are leaders. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And have a good rest. So this is the end. I apologize for any shortcomings from me or my committee. So have a good rest, good evening, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome. Bye.
Good evening. Good night. Bye, guys.